Haji and Hajja, Kenneth and Margaret, Muhammad and their family to look good. Do our part for them to look good in front of the Muslims and the non-Muslims and the media. That's one. They did their part. Everything was organized. They printed material on Islam and give it to those guests who are coming, non-Muslims. They put things in order. They have coordinated with the masjid, with the imam, with the security of what we need to be done. And we needed the Islamic Center to look good. So there are people who have, behind the scene, worked for 3 days to get things ready and to do their part in this regard. Some of them are working for the masjid, the bulk of them are volunteers. Why? Because this event does not happen every day. And this attitude, I really was inspired by this, atmosphere where some of those young brothers and sisters, how can we help? How can we help? Some of them were prepared, as I said, they took half a day off, or the day off on Friday to come to help. But others came not realizing the size of the audience and what's going on. The moment that they came, oh brother, how can we help? How can we help? It's also the image of Islam. What, do you want non-Muslims to come and see, for example, the bathrooms and water spilled all over the place and this and that? No, it's even the tiny things that makes a difference. You leave an impression. You leave an impression. And the proceeding of the janazah yesterday, mashallah. You have really seen this khair coming out of the Muslims. Large number to be there. The weather was not cooperating. It was getting colder. But people are there to help. It's this spirit, brothers, that brought Islam to the world. For example, all of you, alhamdulillah, including myself, alhamdulillah, we waked up this morning. The best time that I feel it's good to sleep is in the morning, the time that you wake up for Fajr. And Shaitan will tell you, no, really, it's good. Just, another hour will be fine. Believe me, you feel good. You feel comfortable. The rest of the day you look fresh and this and that. But you come and say, no, I'm going to wake up for Fajr. Alhamdulillah, and may Allah reward us all for that. But there is something that's still there. That we have some of us still satisfied with just coming to the masjid. For a reason or another, they are still not willing to lift a tissue from the ground, as if this house does not belong to Allah. I mean, we have brothers, from Brother Abu Adam and Mustafa Dahnoun and Brother Ma'moon. They have done their work in the old days, each one was in charge of something. They now consider themselves retired, unfortunately. They think they are retired, they already have done their work. So don't say, oh, those will come and read Quran and they are not doing nothing. They have done, alhamdulillah, a lot. May Allah reward them in the past. There are other brothers around here. Dr. Hassan, for a while, was with the Iman School and lots of work in this regard. I could look around and see brothers who really have helped. Brother Khalid Za'bi was always available. It's not is now. He's very busy too. May Allah help him. No, Ali Ta'amari did not do anything that I can mention here, so forgive me. This alhamdulillah, he keeps planning to do something, but until now, I keep telling him, brother, just get involved with the cemetery committee, so you can go to the grave and remember the akhirah, and maybe this will get you to do something. Until now, I did not succeed. My point is this. This Islam in America needs the effort of every one of us. Every one of us. Because we are not talking about the 100% Muslims in the USA. I mentioned it before. We need to be aware that only 25% of the Muslims come for Eid Salah, the Ramadan Eid. And the Hajj Eid, Eid al-Adha, fewer come. So imagine if only 25% of the Muslims make it to the Eid prayer. How about the 75%? We see them in janaza, they have a death, or they want to get married. They want Imam to bless their marriage. Many of them even do not come, neither for marriage nor for janaza. They go somewhere else. They do not go to masajid. If this is the reality, so the maximum that we are really talking about is maybe 25-30%. And you are one of them. I am one of them. It's this attitude of what I can do for Islam. Just go to the life of the Prophet ﷺ and see the Sahaba coming. You know, when there's a battle or expedition or a project, build a masjid or go there or go that, you know, you will find people who are trying to do their best and the bulk will come. But once there was this battle of Tabuk, I mean, imagine, you want to go from Medina in the summer. I mean, some of you have been to Hajj and Umrah and you know the weather there. In December, it's like sometimes 98 or 105 in the winter. Imagine in the summer. So it was the summertime. And going to where? To Tabuk. Where is Tabuk? All the way to Jordan, from Medina. And the Prophet ﷺ said to the Sahaba, get ready. And some of the Sahaba, this is far away. They can't just walk. So they come to the Prophet ﷺ and said, you know, we are ready to go. But we need a carrier, we need a camel, we need a horse, we need... He said, I don't have. I don't have. What did the Quran say about them? They turned their back, and what was their emotion? What does the Quran say? أعينهم تفيض من الدمع. They were shedding tears. I cannot. You know, when the Prophet needs me the most, I cannot do anything. Because I am poor and I do not have a vehicle. We are not asking to go to Tabuk walking. What we are asking for every one of us to train ourselves and our families of a change of attitude toward Islamic work. Just like if somebody is visiting you at home, you will not find a messy home. Oh, the family will get this, put this here, put this there. You will look good. Same thing that this is the house of Allah and this is the da'wah of Allah. We all will look good. The family, mashallah, looked good. The Islamic Center looked good. The Muslims look good. Security talk to the police department, NC State police, get them involved. The media was aware of it. And this and this and that. It's individual efforts. Let me closely, just mention why people do not get involved. This is a legitimate question, right? Why people do not get involved? One thing, some people think, brother, I'm not good enough to work for the masjid and to work for Allah. I don't want to be a hypocrite. People know that outside I am doing things that are not good. And if I come here, they think that I'm a hypocrite. Oh, I am here at the masjid, I'm helping the masjid, I'm standing with the da'wah table, and I myself, I'm lacking. This is exactly what Shaitan is doing on you. Shaitan is coming to you and said, you're not good enough. Just sit. Sit in your place and, go to Shahrazad and waste your time there or to many of those cafes and just go there. Maybe that, here, if you come here, people will look at you and say, hypocrite. He's working for the deen, he's in the masjid, and outside he's this and he's this. Absolutely not. This is not the attitude of a believer. Of course, we try to improve and always be close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not to disobey Him. But don't ever not do the khair because you think you are not good enough for it. That's shaitan, waswasa, and shaitan is running you in this regard. Secondly, some people think if I come, I will do mistakes. If I come to help in the masjid, I'm not really good enough. I will do things that are wrong. Well, every one of us, in the work, including the imam, including myself, including this, we did mistakes. Some people came to Prophet Muhammad ﷺ and they did mistakes. in the work, not intentional. We are not talking about sins. Yeah, we could have done this better, we could have done this better, we could have done this better. So mistakes is part of our, on the curve learning. We will learn. We will learn, just like in our lives. Thirdly, you will find sometimes people who, alhamdulillah, are involved, but their family has no connection. Once a brother at the age beyond 85, and he was losing his family Islamically. He died some time ago, otherwise I would not mention the story. So he came and said, Brother Hisham, over the years I tried my best to help with the masjid, but I made a big mistake. I said, I did not ask him what's the mistake, of course, not supposed to ask him. I said, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bring the khair for you. He said, I did not get my family involved in the masjid or the Islamic. And he said, I lost them. I lost them. And you could see this, by the way, in the attitude of the kids when they come to the masjid. You could see some of them coming, something need to be done, they just jump and do it. They are not working for the masjid, they are not volunteer. They see a teacher coming from outside carrying 2 boxes, and they just jump. Sister, let me take 1 box. But those are few. Why? Because they get the training at home. They get this attitude, we are here to make a difference in the world. We are here to help. We are not 0 on the left, we are 0 on the right. We make something. And you can see frequently somebody, a teacher, especially when it's a female teacher, carrying something heavy, and see about 10 youth standing in that, and it's as if nothing is happening. I would imagine if they saw his father or his mother carrying a heavy weight, he would not care. Because he was not directed that, it's already 6:47. He would just, inshallah, stop here. This is inshallah to be continued. But may Allah bless you all, inshallah. All those who have helped, all those who have the intention to help and they could not make it. And alhamdulillah, what we got the feedback from Brother Anwar, Brother Allah, that's them, inshallah, and the family. They were happy with the arrangement. And alhamdulillah, that was great. Jazakumullahu khair. Wa barakallahu feekum.